April 2022, I found out that I was diagnosed with stage 3 adenocarcinoma, and they found a tumor in my colon. After I found out I had cancer, I felt numb. I didn't know what to feel. I didn't know if I was in denial. I didn't know if I was in acceptance. I didn't know what was going on. I knew the one thing that I had to do was focus on God for my own mental health and to be a good father for my kids. After I'd done some praying and I talked to Pastor Sean about it, I realized the one thing that's going to keep me going is to have faith in God. I fully trusted that He was going to take care of me no matter what was going to happen. And as Pastor Roger has always said, my last breath on earth is my first breath in heaven. And I really clung to that. And I really had faith that no matter what happens to me, God is going to take care of my kids no matter what. So exactly 1 week after I was diagnosed, I was with my boys and it was bedtime. And every night we do our devotional. My youngest son, Ethan, he's 9 years old. He has never interrupted devotionals or prayers, ever. And in the middle of devotional, he very suddenly was like, Dad, I have to talk to you. I have to tell you something. And I'm like, okay, this must be important. What's going on, buddy? And he said, Dad, I talked to Jesus. And I said, well, when did you talk to Jesus? And he said, I talked to Jesus today. And I was waiting to tell you. Waiting to tell me what? And he said, Dad, Jesus told me that you're going to be okay. And I had to take a moment and I had to step out and I told him I'd be right back, that I had to go to the bathroom. And the only people that had knew that I had cancer was my mom and their mother. And I wholeheartedly know that neither of them openly talked about my cancer diagnosis with the boys in public or anything. So February of this year, February 13th to be exact, was my surgery date. It was the big date. I had asked Pastor Sean to pray over me. I had asked Pastor Phil and Sarge specifically to pray over me. And I also asked Pastor Roger. All of them continuously prayed over me over the months that I had gone through treatment. And the day of my surgery, I was nervous. I was wondering, am I going to wake up? Am I going to make it through this? And thankfully, Pastor Sean, he had come to the hospital where I was at, and they let him come into the pre-op area, and he prayed over me. And when I woke up, my surgeon was standing right next to me, and I asked her how the surgery went. I asked her, did you get the tumor? My surgeon said, not only could we not find the tumor when we went inside of you, it was like it never had existed. Coming from not having a real relationship with God and having God beside me, I never had God inside me until I had started this fight. And I realized that I needed God more than anybody in this world, more than anything and anyone. If I hadn't have gone through this, I probably would not have the relationship with God that I have today.